Okay. Am I live? Okay, I never went live before. Can you guys, why can't no one hear me? Is the audio really that bad? Hold on. Is the audio really that bad that no one can hear me? Okay. I don't know if I like this. Manage audio. I should have done that. Okay. Okay. Well, let's start this off. Hopefully that you guys can hear me good. If not, I'm going to have to restart this whole entire live stream. So, today I really want to talk about detoxing the right way and how to open up your detox pathways. Now, this is really important, not only just for weight loss, this can be just for overall holistic health. Um, and I got a lot of recommendations for you guys to know more on how you can actually take actionable steps to detox at home. So I'm gonna break this down. It is very, very lengthy, but I think it's best that I go live to explain it, raw and uncut. So if anyone does drop in, like hop in the live, that I can answer questions on spot tailored to you and your needs. But I want to kind of hold on. I'm going to get my notes out too because it is very, very lengthy. Okay, perfect. So I have everything set up to do this. I'm going to actually put this right here. I think it's easier for me to do that. Have it right there. Okay, so we are going to be talking about how to detox, as I said earlier. So why is detoxing so important, especially during weight loss? The reason why it's important is because number one, we are not just doing calories in, calories out. We are not doing that anymore. I'm not the person that's going to support calories in, calories out, especially if you have stubborn belly fat. Like if you right now on the other end of the screen have been struggling with belly fat, your skin is dull, mental clarity, like you feel like you have no energy in the day and you feel like you're not having regular bowel movements, this is why, okay? And this can actually equal to weight gain and stubborn belly fat and also thyroid issues, hormone issues. We need to be detoxing, okay? I know our body naturally goes through its own detoxification process, but that is not enough, especially if you are already not eating the correct diet to promote detoxification. This is the number one thing. That is why if you have stubborn weight, and that's obviously why a lot of people say, let me go detox, you need to, hopefully that got to you, you need to detox first before you figure out what type of meal plan, what kind of diet you need, what kind of exercise. You need to detox, especially if you have the symptoms that I just listed: dull skin, acne, bloated after a meal, you wake up, you have horrible breath, body odor. You need to detox. So that is why it's important to detox, especially for weight loss and just getting rid of the waste in the body. Because we have to look at what weight actually is. Weight in the body is just excess waste in the body. So you have about 9 detox pathways, okay? And before you ever go on a detox, you need to make sure that these are open. So I'm going to list them off right now. The first one is going to be your lungs. When you are breathing, you are releasing waste. So your lungs is a detox pathway that is really overlooked. So essentially that would be your breathing. So your respiratory system is constantly filtering out waste through the breath, and that is why I put lungs as number one. And it's very easy to open up your lungs for detoxing. Okay. Your second one is your liver. So your liver is actually the biochemical process of metabolizing waste, especially substances and alcohol. Okay. And then we have the digestive system. So that's kind of where the waste is coming in. And your digestive system is a complex system. I have it right here. Everything's backwards. This is the digestive system, this diagram. That is a really complex system, and it ends with pooping. So that's really important when we're talking about detoxing, because a lot of us are not pooping after every meal. Raise your hand if you eat 3 meals a day and you're not pooping after those meals. So if you're eating three, big, dense meals, like you're getting in your proteins, your fat, and your carbs, and you're not pooping after that meal, your digestive system is not fully online. Okay, and that's the most important detox pathway, because that's going to lead to other issues like your liver and your kidney not being able to actually break down the nutrients and do what it needs to do. The next one is lymphatic system. This goes hand in hand with your circulatory system, your immune system, and also it kind of works hand in hand with your kidneys and the adrenals, because it helps with balancing fluid in the body. And we know that the kidney is what filters out the blood and balances the fluid. And this happens through urination, so peeing. So we know that that's really important too. And that kind of leads me to my next one, which is kidney. And then another detox pathway is the blood. That goes hand in, like, everything is connected essentially. And then I said the kidney. Yeah. The next one is your reproductive system. So for a woman, so if you're a man watching, you have 8. If you're a woman, you have 9, because you have your reproductive system. And we see this periods. It happens once a month. Your period, not only is it for women to, have children and kind of fertilize the egg and those things, it's also a detoxification. So what happens when you haven't, like, you're not having a baby this month, whatever, your body goes through a detox. Okay, your body goes through essentially like a death and rebirth, and that's also a detoxification. And then lastly, your brain. So that happens through the lymphatic system. So let's talk about the lungs. So I'm going to talk about how to open these detox pathways right now, and then after, I'm going to give you guys actionable steps to take to actually start cleansing and releasing the waste. Okay, so for the lungs, this is very simple. Breathe. Breathing. A lot of us are not breathing. We're not utilizing our breath, and we're not actually releasing through the breath. So this is really complex, but not really, because essentially you just need to breathe more and be intentional with how you're breathing. Another thing too is smoking. When I do post this on my channel, I know I do have a lot of smokers. Yeah, we cannot be smoking. Okay, if you're in a detox, I don't want to see you balling up. I don't want to see you trying to smoke a blunt. No, that actually hinders your lungs, and it deteriorates the lungs to be able to actually filter out the waste through the breath. And that's the easiest way to detox, is through breathing, because we breathe on autopilot. Okay, it's a part of the that's on autopilot. So the best way to, open up your lungs is, number 1, box breathing, and number 2, crocodile breathing. This is so important to incorporate. If you can, I don't want to talk too much about box breathing. I want you guys, after watching this live, to actually Google box breathing and crocodile breathing and practice that every morning. It takes 10 minutes to do it, honestly, and every night, and you will notice your sleep is better. You have more mental clarity. You have more energy throughout the day. Okay, you actually are going to activate your metabolism runs on breathing. So if you don't know how to breathe, essentially you're not able to convert energy into your body, into your cells. So when you start practicing the box breathing, you'll notice that your metabolism speeds up. You have more mental clarity. You're more calm. You are able to have more energy or cultivate more energy. So recap for lungs: stop smoking, start breathing. Okay, breathing air, and do box breathing and crocodile breathing exercises. One thing that you can start doing now, I can show you. So you want to sit up, I'm slouching, but you want to breathe in, hold for 4, and release after 4. So, and then you want to kind of start doing that faster. So like kind of fast and deep breaths through the diaphragm. So you want to breathe through your diaphragm. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the liver. So we kind of briefly talked about the liver. The best way to open up your liver, because your liver is a really good, it's a recoverable organ, so it's actually easy to open up your liver as a detox pathway, but it takes herbs. So I wish I had my herbs to show you guys visually. I feel like, sorry, I'm new. I can share my screen. Oh, perfect. Oh my God. Where did you guys go? Okay. I'm gonna show you guys red clover right now. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm gonna show you guys red clover. And this is the herb that you want for your liver. So let me select tab. Yeah, red clover. Is it loading or not? Okay, yeah. Can I share it? Entire screen. Okay, won't let me share. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see me. So red clover is so good at, opening up the liver for detoxification. Another thing too with your liver, sorry for that awkward pause though. Another thing for your liver is stop drinking alcohol. So when you're detoxing, it's kind of like counterintuitive. Stop drinking alcohol because your liver is what kind of breaks down and kind of metabolizes any substances. And a lot of times people have these liver problems because of alcohol. It's because you're drinking too much whiskey, Hennessy, all that stuff. So to really recover the liver, you want herbs like red clover. Milk thistle is amazing. Like milk thistle will get rid of any hangover like nobody's business. Hopefully you guys see the screen, but I have all the herbs here. And these herbs are best taken as tea. Okay, and you want to take 2 mugs or cups of this a day to see results. Okay, now everyone's detox is going to be different. So I don't think you really see my screen, but that's fine. Everyone's detox is going to be different. So if I am someone that has been eating trash for 20 years, I might need a longer approach. But if I'm someone who's, on and off, I've kind of detoxed before, kind of did that, then you might have to detox for a less amount of time. But yeah, the best herbs for the liver is going to be milk thistle, red clover, and bonus dandelion root. Okay, it's best to get these herbs and have them as a tea form. And we're going to move on to the digestive system, and this is why. Okay. When you're on a detox, or when you're detoxing your body, we want to make sure that we're supporting a good gut microbiome. Whatever you eat, you become. So that is why food is so important when you are on this journey. Food is so, so crucial. Food is information. Food is what fuels the cells. When you eat, your cells eat. Okay. You have macro organs, you have micro organ or organelles, whatever. And they actually eat through the blood. And what happens is that nutrients gets absorbed through the blood. So your diet is kind of why we have to detox. So this is the most important thing. And it's the easiest thing that you can control. I don't want to spend too much time on diet and digestive system because I have so much videos on this, but you guys already know. If you are someone that is heavy on the meats, processed foods, ultra processed foods, the best diet to consume when you're detoxing, number one, a lot of you guys might not be at the level to actually completely get rid of the food that you're eating, like, which means fasting, like actually just stop eating completely. I don't want to suggest that because I don't know particularly where you guys are. So I'm not going to say fast and don't eat. But if you are transitioning from eating a lot of dairy and like meat, then you want to go into a fruit-based diet. Now, what is this? This is going to be the reproductive part of a plant. So, if you're just coming off meat and dairy and processed food, you can still eat on the detox, but it's going to be fruit based. So, for example, quinoa and chickpeas, okay, that can be your meal. Quinoa and chickpeas and lentils, they are the reproductive part of a plant because if you sprout them or if you put them in soil, they will sprout and grow into the plant. So it's the reproductive part of a plant. That's what fruit is. So you can have your chickpeas, your quinoa, and then of course your fruits like your apples, bananas, things like that. Actually, scratch that. Don't eat bananas if you're detoxing, too starchy. Okay, you can have that. Now, you need to get rid of starches. Starches would be bananas, carrots, sweet potatoes, and potatoes. Flour is kind of starchy, and white rice is starchy. Brown rice is starchy. Grains, kind of a little starchy. Your bread, your gluten, your wheat, starch. No, not for detoxing. Okay? That's why I said quinoa and chickpeas because that's a perfect meal. And then your little vegetables on the side. Okay? Ideally, though, when you're detoxing, you want to eat more raw. So, raw foods have the most amount of enzymes, the most amount of nutrients because they haven't been manipulated and cooked. Now, we all know that as soon as you put flame to anything, any compound, any element, it changes the molecular structure. So, we have to take account that food is the same thing because it's essentially a compound mixed together. So, it's going to change its structure. Good or bad, who knows? But ideally, you want raw. Raw has the most enzymes, the most nutrients, and it's easily absorbed. Now, we're talking about the digestive system, and foods that is raw has the most enzymes to support digestion. This is why a lot of us are bloated. We eat fried food. We go to a restaurant, like we have a 5-course meal. We have our steak, our sweet potatoes, our deep fried oyster, our deep fried shrimp, all that stuff, and we're bloated and we're sluggish. We are not eating nutrient dense food. Okay, when you get hungry, like real hunger is number one, real hunger is not emotions. Number two, your body doesn't crave food, it craves nutrients. I'll say it again. Your body does not crave food, it craves nutrients. So if you're craving food in particular, that is emotional hunger. And it's so easy nowadays to get swept away from emotional hunger because, especially fast food, they use certain colors to get you into consuming the food because it feeds you an emotion. The best example, McDonald's. It's all red. Red is very like lustful. It's very like it's aggression. It's the root chakra. It's security. It's comfort. It's something that makes you feel good. That's why when you eat McDonald's, we all know McDonald's is not what we should be eating, but we still eat it because of the emotion that it gives you after eating it. Okay, so we have to understand like certain foods is a business. Like it's a transactional business. They want money. They have money. They want control. They want power. They want, you know what I mean? So we know this subconsciously, but we give into it because of their marketing. Like I can say their marketing is the best marketing because of the fact that they use color, they know color theory, they know the power of color, and they know how to utilize that to get you into making a purchase. And then essentially now that a lot of these big pharmaceutical companies are funding McDonald's, Burger King, and it's almost like, well, it is almost like it's kind of like it works hand in hand. They have the marketing to get you to eat their McDonald's, and then you keep eating it down the line, you're going to be sick. So now what do you have to do? You have to go and rely on the healthcare system that's only going to give you medication to treat symptoms, which keeps you reliant on them. So if we can kind of bridge that gap to not rely on a healthcare system that's only going to feed you, is only going to heal your symptoms, then what we need to do is consume the right foods and making sure we're eating food that actually nourishes the body so we don't have to detox. Like, who wants to actually sit here and detox every month? Like, it's brutal. It really is brutal. Like, no one wants to sit here and detox every month. That's just the reality. So making sure you're eating the right foods. Now, if you're someone who's already plant-based or fruit-based and you already eat your quinoa, you eat cooked foods here and there, then the best diet for you to help detox is going to be astringent fruits. Now, astringent fruits is your apples, your peaches, your pineapple, your mango, there's so much. Your grapes, cherries, your berries, all of that. When you're detoxing though, you kind of want to stay away from avocados. I love avocados, but it's not for that. It's for when you're done detoxing. So yeah, little side note. But yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so you want to have your astringent fruits. Your dragon fruit is amazing for detoxing. It will cleanse the gut like no other. If you want a good fruit to cleanse out your gut, like so just really get started. Like if you're eager, get some dragon fruit. It's the best. And then for your digestive system, you want to increase hydration. This is going to help to get rid of the waste and flush it out the system. Also, if you are someone that has calcification, you have joint pain, you need hydration. You need to hydrate properly. So, a lot of us, when we drink water, we get bloated because the water is actually not penetrating our cells. It's not getting in there. So, if you put a little bit of Celtic salt on your tongue, then that will help. Coconut water helps. Sometimes it's the water you're drinking, honestly. So you need spring water. If you can get it from like outside, then that's the best. But if you can't, then like obviously no one has like that ability sometimes. The best brand is I think Mountain Valley. If you Google mountain and then valley and it's in glass, don't drink out of plastic. Don't do that. And then also increasing your hydration naturally with melons. Melons naturally have a high water content that's going to actually penetrate your cells. It goes straight into the bloodstream. And as we know, the blood actually is what gives nutrients to your organelles, so your cells. Okay, because when you eat, your cells have to eat. So when you have melons, that water goes directly into your bloodstream, sending it to your cells. And then yeah, guys, I think I mentioned the no wheat. Yeah. So I think we're done with the diet or the digestive system because it's pretty complex, but yet very easy. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the lymphatic system. So I have it all noted here. This is directly correlated to your immune system. So this has to be open. It has to be open, okay? And this also goes hand in hand with your, sorry, I'm reading this off. It also goes hand in hand with your kidney. So this is what filters out dead cells in the body, dead blood debris. And also this is your lymphatic system carries antibodies and white blood cells to help fight off infections. Ooh, this is important. When your lymph nodes are swollen or when they are inflamed, that's how you know you have an infection. So the best way to actually help to drain some of this liquid, we have to connect it to the kidney. So this is 2-in-1. We're talking about lymphatic system and kidney. So with the lymphatic system, it's so easy. Sweating. It's so easy to sweat. You can go to a sauna. You can actually physically sweat by working out, but movement actually drains the excess fluid. Also massages. So my favorite massage to do, I'll show you guys briefly. I start with my face because my face naturally is kind of chubby. So I do like to, in the morning, I go like this because your lymphatic system loves heat. So you really want to just go like this. Okay. And then when you get here to your cervical area, you want to just go like this. My voice might be a little choppy, a little weird. You want to go like this. And then you want to go like this. It's pretty much like you're just slapping each area. But the main area is here. This is your cervical area. This is your axillary area like here. And then you want to get in your groin area, your stomach. And then you want to get like near your pelvic area. And then you want to get like in between your thighs and your calves. You really want to like slap your calves, like this motion on the calves as well to help with your lymphatic system. And then exercising, so running, walking, and trampoline. That is going to be chef's kiss. And then now we're going to move on to kidney because the fluid comes out through peeing. So that's where your kidney comes. It filters out the blood. and it balances the fluid balance. So it's almost like a 3-step process. Your lymphatic system is working hard. So for your kidney, the best herbs would be polo azul, and then you have red clover. But I personally, because I'm a little bit biased, because I've only really had polo azul, um, that is the best for your kidney. I kid you not, you guys. Having 2 cups of this a day, morning and night, you'll be peeing for the whole entire day. And it's not even like you're drinking water all day. You just have the 2 cups of the polo azul and you're peeing. It's like, where is this water coming from? The polo azul will filter out the kidneys like nobody's business. So now we're moving on to the blood. So this is another easy thing too, because it kind of correlates to what I said about your digestive system. So with this, it's just like the correct diet for your digestive system. And then with the blood now, since you are detoxing, a lot of the bacteria and the waste and the toxins will seep into the bloodstream. So you want to make sure that you're purifying the blood every day, along as doing everything on the list every day. So for the blood, it's honestly just herbs. Like you need herbs for the blood and also the diet. So the best herbs would be burdock root and yellow dock. Now you can pair these two together for the most potency. If you can't find either or, then sour sarsaparilla is a bonus, but with the blood herbs, you can pair them together. Okay, and this is twice a day as well as a tea. This is going to help cleanse out the blood because the blood carries cellular waste as well. And you don't want any waste coming into the bloodstream because it can cause purging. So it can cause acne when you're detoxing. It can cause skin issues, eczema when you're detoxing. This is something that happens a lot, and people, it's almost like it happens because we don't realize this is holistic health. So with cleansing the gut with your diet, you want to make sure your blood is also knowing that we're doing a cleanse. So you want to make sure you purify the blood with those 2 herbs. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the reproductive system as a woman. So all my women here know that we get periods. It ranges from 24 to 35 days, a 35-day cycle. So I'm not going to talk about why we have a period per se, but I will talk about the detoxification part of a period. So the reason why you have painful cramps, PMS, you have heavy bleeding, you have PCOS is diet. Okay, because we have to think of it like this. Your food is what fuels the body. Your food is what is the electricity that kind of runs through your body like a little circuit. So that's where you're getting your energy from. If you are eating food that is pussing, you eat like food that's processed, food that has no nutrients, food that's not fueling the body, your body's going to be like, okay, this is the type of energy that we're getting. This is not, this is, I don't know, this is foreign. It's almost like you have like, for example, you have like a Bentley or a Lamborghini. You can't be putting no regular gasoline and diesel. You know, you have to be putting what's it called? You have to be putting like, it's called 92. You have to be putting like premium gas in your vehicle. So that's the same thing with your body. You want to make sure that number one, diet. So I think digestive system is the most important. Most important. So yeah, with your reproductive system, these symptoms are basically detox symptoms. So when you have a painful period, it's a detox symptom. When you have heavy bleeding, it's a detox symptom. Because we have to look at like what happens when you're having your period. You're essentially like, it's like death in a way, because number one, your hormones are changing because your body's like, okay, are we gonna have a child or not? And when you don't, the egg doesn't get fertilized, it dies. And alongside with that, so everything that was going to be giving to the baby, like the nutrients, the food that was also going to be given to that baby to fuel the baby, is dying. So are you feeding your body death, or are you feeding your body nutrients? So you actually have a smoother cycle and symptoms, or no symptoms at all. Okay. So for the reproductive system, the best herbs would be wild yam root chaseberry, and so yeah, chaseberry, sorry, is also known as Vitex. And then another herb too I'll throw in here is black cohoes. That's really good. Now, does that make sense, guys? What to do? So essentially what you're doing is you're changing your diet, you're taking these herbs, you're doing these exercises to open up the space for detoxification. Your body naturally detoxifies itself. Okay, your body, if you're a woman, it runs on a 28 cycle. If you're a man, it's like day and night every day. Because of the because of the what's the word to say? Because you don't really have that complexness when it comes to your hormones and regulation. You just have, your main hormone is testosterone. So you run on a 24-hour clock, essentially. But for women, it's 24 days to 25 days, your body regenerates itself. You're constantly going through death and rebirth, death and rebirth. Okay, so this is the actionable steps you can take. Now, this will naturally promote weight loss. You see what I did there? I'm not restricting you based on calories in, calories out, because I don't care about calories. We shouldn't care about calories because calories mean nothing. If your metabolism is not doing what it needs to do, calories mean nothing, because when you eat, it actually takes energy from the body to break down the food. So eating actually takes away from your energy. Okay, eating is an energy taker. It's weird. It's like you're spending money. So it really depends on the food that you're eating, because if you're eating a fruit, right? Yeah, you're going to take energy from your body to break down that apple, but you're getting energy in return. So it's an investment when it comes to eating. Especially when you're eating the right foods, it's literally an investment. You eat the apple, you get energy. You eat the McDonald's, you're not getting anything. Okay? So guys, I hope this video or this live stream was really helpful. I'm going to end it because we're done. So I didn't see any questions, which is great, but when I have this posted, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions. I got an email. Okay, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions. So I'll be answering the questions on the flip side. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I got some reactions and some love, so that was really, really nice. But yeah, there's no questions. I am finito. 30 minutes of talking. Okay. Bye.